Today we're going to bring you a review on the Leap version 2 Exposed. Wait, don't get up. I also won't get up. There's a reason, I swear. Hey everyone, it's Tristan from Crafting Worlds again, and there is a reason why I wanted to intro like that. Other than it being a little wacky, I'm a little wacky, all right? So, what do we have here? We have the Leap version 2 by Steelcase from Crandall Offices Refurbished. Let me repeat that. We have the Steelcase Leap version 2 from Crandall Offices Refurbished. So what does it all mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means we have a chair here that is super comfortable, and it's not going to absolutely destroy your bank account. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about this experience. Let's talk about why I started the video naked. First of all, there's a reason. The reason I started this video naked is because the materials on the specific version that I picked out are just amazingly comfortable. Oh my gosh. It is made out of a micro leather suede. Yeah, so it's a leather base covered with a suede top with waterproofing and all the necessities to keep it clean. So it is washable. You're not gonna take it off and put it in the washer, but it's not like if you spill your coffee or you're at your desk or something like that, it's not gonna mess it up. I actually had to talk with the fine folks over at Crandall Offices because I was like, what the hell is that? A micro suede leatherette. And I remembered I had a couch a while ago that had a suede top, and I remember it being very comfortable. So I was like, ooh, I think this might be a good mix because it has that leather base, which I like because it keeps the cushion tighter, right? And so I feel like you don't bottom out as quickly as like with fabric. And it has the soft and plushness of that micro suede that I really liked from my old couch in California. And I knew it didn't get too hot because of the weather out there. So I was like, that has to happen. Plus, it looks really good with my setup. Like, this is a great color. What a great configuration, right? Okay, so let's talk brass tacks. We're not gonna hold anything back. Yes, this was indeed sent to me. No, I did not pay for it. However, I told you all when I began this, I have no problem paying the right amount for a good chair. For instance, my Herman Miller here just had the seat replaced, just had some of the arms replaced, had the pistons replaced, all under that lovely, beautiful, amazing 12-year warranty. And so that thing is basically like a refurbished chair right now, and that's great. And so I don't mind the fact that I paid $1,200 to $1,500 for this chair fully maxed out. I don't have a problem with that because it is a good chair that has lasted me for a long time. That being said, the refurbished market is a little different because sometimes when you get a refurbished item, you don't get the warranty. But when you go through the Crandall Offices site, you get a 12-year warranty. Why and how is this happening? So their motto, and I have to say, based on their company alone, I was very interested in them because they seem like nice people. They don't seem judgmental. They don't have a negative social media outlook. They just seem like regular everyday people that really are passionate about chairs and also the environment. And so refurbishing the chair for them is a good way to take these things out of landfills and put them into houses because there's a lot of stuff in here made out of metal and aluminum and things that just don't have to be thrown away. It will last for a good time. But the seat, you know, that'll wear out. The back, that'll wear out. The arm pads, those will wear out. And so they take those and they replace them. And the thing that really interested me was they make the cushion thicker. The base cushion here, they put their own thicker cushion in it, with the same design as the Steelcase Leap. And then they can also do a thicker back. I opted for a normal back because of the material. And they make thicker armrests. I do have my Alaudi squishy armrests on here. When I had the Fern, it was so nice just to have that I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna put it on here too. Even though like these that they come with, they're, you know, they're more squishy than say the Fern. They're not as squishy as my Herman Miller, unfortunately. So they don't get super uncomfortable, but there's definitely still prolonged, you know, pain from the elbows being rested on it. Like it's still not as soft and comfortable as my Herman Miller. And so I had these, I was like, you know what? Let's make the perfect combination. And so that's on there. Now let's take these off so that I can give you like a full look at everything. Because we know that those are awesome. And yeah, so the chair itself, sturdy. This is a used chair, right? And it's sturdy. It's not making a ton of noise. No, not at all. And I don't know. This has been a really good experience for me. And the reason I started the review off butt naked is because I have spent so much time having my morning coffee butt ass naked on this chair. And I will tell you why. It is so comfortable. It is one of the most comfortable materials for a chair that I have experienced in a long time. Like I am so happy with the materials on this chair. And I like to put my body on it. I also really wanted to test what happened if I got out of the shower, dried off man style, women, you know what I mean, and sat in this chair for a little bit, got up and then sat down with clothes. And I'm happy to say that with this material, it wasn't absorbing like tons of water or anything like that. It was drying off immediately. And yeah, it really does have the weatherproofing that they said it would. So it's a nice quality micro suede leatherette. What a mouthful that is, huh? So I'm very happy that I picked this particular fabric. I think it also helped with the back because if you get a thick version with this, I don't think I would have liked the thick back pad because this chair, specifically the Leap, has this wonderful push. Like you can just, let me lock this off real quick. So watch, like look at the movement you get out of that. Oh, it's nice. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the back of my Herman Miller. See the width here? Some people, I guess, don't like the shoulders being wide, but as always, chairs are subjective. And I like it supporting that part of my body, but I also like it giving a little bit. And I haven't had that in a while because the Aeron doesn't give. It's just like, you're in your chair. For those who don't want to watch the whole review, I like this chair. I would recommend this chair. I do have some improvement ideas for this chair, and there is definitely some things that are missing from this chair that will need to be added for it to become my everyday chair. But I will say, I really, really like this chair. I like where it came from. I like the company's motto, and I like the people that I dealt with. I like that whole thing. Because from what I've learned in the chair world, doing a couple of reviews, is people are kind of nasty. And a lot of people are really out just to make a quick buck and just Amazon affiliate link the crap out of you. Mind you, I'm gonna have affiliate links in links below for both Crandall offices and Amazon, so feel free to use them, you know, to help support the channel. But like at the end of the day, I'm only here to find the chair that works for me. And then I'm gonna move on to the things that I love and I wanna share with you, just like these chairs. So my channel has always been a little bit all over the place, and I'm okay with that. That out of the way, if you wanna know some more, here we go. So let's talk about the pros first, okay? So the pros of this chair to me are really, really simple actually. Very, very basic and useful adjustments. It has a tilt adjustment here so that this goes back easier or you can tighten it up and really make it hard, so it's a little harder to push back. And this is something I've never experienced in a chair. The tilt, when you do it, look at this. I'm not, well, this is a hard one to show, but I'm going to explain it. I'm not putting any pressure anymore. Nothing. I'm just leaning back. It is now holding me in that chosen space. So if I want to go a little further, it will hold me there. I'm not putting any pressure. It's very light. I'm very relaxed. And then let's go forward. Once again, I'm not putting any pressure, very light and very relaxed. So it's like you can pick a spot where you want the lean to be, and the chair remembers and just holds it. I've never experienced that, and I really, really like it. Took a little bit to get used to, but I like it. It's interesting. It's an interesting mechanic in a chair, and I wasn't ready for it because I didn't know. I did know, however, that the arms do not move when you lean back. And I love this feature, and I think it should be on more chairs around the world, because if you are under your desk, I'm gonna go under my desk here, and your arms are under the desk. I know you can't see this, but I lean back, and look at that, the desk doesn't flip. You know what I mean? So like when you lean back on any other chair, is the arms lean back too. They go up with you, right? But on the Leap, the arms don't go anywhere. And I think that is such a smart idea. I really do. I think it's one of the nicest features that can be on a chair for your desk. So, because I've had so many times where I'm under the desk with the arms because I want to be closer, and I literally bump the desk up, and that's annoying. The adjustments, it's bracketed adjustments. So nothing, a little bit more, and then all the way back. It's not a rocking chair. You're not gonna be rocking in this chair. It's more like my Herman Millers. I have to say, one of the things that is probably going to be prevalent throughout this review is that the things that I like about this chair are going to mimic the things that I really liked about my Aeron. And the reason for that is that I've told most people in the Aeron video, the reason I wanted to get away from the Herman Miller Aeron is because it's just a little bit too stiff around the edges. I can't do things like this. I can't have bad posture. I can't sit on my leg, which I really enjoy doing. And I feel the bumpiness in my back. And this seems to solve that for me, because it has a very flexible back. This back is just so cool. The way they designed this, like, what a neat way to do something. And I've also realized I'm like a middle ground lumbar person. I don't like aggressive lumbar. I don't like no lumbar support. This chair gives you that option, and you can just take it out when you want to. So there's lumbar back here, and it can adjust up and down. Now here's something really cool. You can do asymmetrical adjustments. So let's say you're a leaner, which I am, okay? Let's say I lean this way, okay? I can lift that part up. So here, let me show you. Lift that up. And now it is a lot harder for me to lean that way. And it holds my weird, like, leaning tendencies. It's not the most ergonomic thing, but it's pretty cool. I also like, and the reason, so I had taken this lumbar out actually, and it's really easy to take out. You can just literally unhook these things and slide it out. I'm not gonna do it for the video. You can look up any other video and see how that's done, but it does come out very easy, which is nice. And I put it back in because I like that it goes really low, and it helps to support just a little bit of the lower end of my lumbar area. But the chair itself has a nice curve right above it in the perfect spot. So it just supports your lower back a little bit more, while the chair itself supports the proper lumbar spot. And I found that to be good. And you can adjust that with this here to be more or less. And I actually have it in the middle, and it's just like, It's really nice. It's just solid. It feels good there. It doesn't feel like I'm falling out of the chair ever. It just feels like I'm in the chair. And let me tell you something, this micro leather suede, leatherette, suede, micro, whatever, is holding that cushion in really good. And that increased thickness of the cushion pad. Mind you, I've never tried a Leap version 2 without the thickness increase. But with this material and with that increased cushion, I'm not bottoming out, like at all. I have used this since it's come, which is about a week now. And I haven't felt any uncomfortable fatigue on my butt, like at all, like none. The first day, I had to get used to it and I had to figure out the adjustments, but for like an hour. And then after that, I was like, oh, and I did some pretty good gaming sessions because V-Rising version 1 came out. If you haven't played that game, it's freaking fantastic. Boss fights are awesome. This is a great chair for that. And I'm really happy with it. I wanted to really express that. I feel like I've hated on some chairs and it's not because I'm just happy that I found something that I like. And I'm happy that I found something that I like, that I can also turn to you and go, yes, I can recommend this because the price is reasonable. The price isn't astronomically out of this world. Okay, but you're getting a used chair. Okay, sure, some people may not like that. However, the most important things to replace on a used chair: the seat where all the farts get hold, right? The back where all your back sweat gets hold, and the armrests because they were just not as squishy. So these are much nicer armrests. And then they also changed the piston. Just because I don't want to get this wrong, I'm going to read this to you. So you get new casters, new gas cylinder, new arm pads, new fabric or vinyl, new foam seat pads, 12-year warranty on a refurbished chair, free shipping, 30-day free returns, and it's made in the US for those of you who gives a shit. So that's freaking awesome. I'm telling you. And making the chair, you can look at the short I made, is actually quite easy. It took me about 20 minutes, mostly because my brain is stupid and I was like, wait, how does this go? And then once it's all locked in, it's great. And everything's cleaned up and all the parts look good. At first it was a little creaky and I was like, oh no, is this what it's gonna be like? But I think it just needed to kind of lube itself. I don't know if they like add new lubricants or what, but once I started to use it, it shut up. It's nice and quiet now. I can still do voiceover work with it and it doesn't bother me at all. And it's not making any noise. So you've got so many parts that are brand new in this chair essentially, and that's great. Passes the cat test 100%. They have not done any damage. I've woken up though, and because this material, can you see that? It changes when you touch it. I've seen little paw prints like on the chair, so I am positive that they are sleeping on it and walking on it, but they're not doing any damage to it. So that's fantastic. I really, really, really support what Crandall Offices is doing. I think that their motto and mission statement is just a really good thing, and it's good for the consumer. It's good for the consumer. And you don't see a lot of chair companies kind of looking out for the consumer nowadays. You see a lot of advertisements. I saw an advertisement for a company, and I forget the name of it, but it literally said, your wallet will thank you. And the price of the chair, I shit you not, was $3,000. In what scenario does my wallet ever thank me for spending $3,000 on anything? Let alone going to the grocery store, buying some freaking, bananas that are marked up 3 cents. My wallet is still not going, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. No, I don't think so. Like, not in tune with the actual market of who they're marketing to and the actual economic situation that we're all in right now. I'm sorry, but like, we are all tight. Money is tight right now because everything is being inflated, not necessarily for inflation, but because people can. I'm not going to get too much into that. It starts to get weird and political, and I'm just going to stick to the chair. Let's continue talking about the good things. So we like the tilt. We like the arms. We like the replacement pads, but we like it better with the nice soft allude ones. The movement on these is really good. So it's the 4D. So you got back, you got forward, you got in, you got out, you got the little tilt. And let me tell you something. Look at this. Look, remember my biggest gripe with the Fern was when you go to get up and, oh God, everything moves forward. Look what's not happening. Look what's not happening. You know why? Because they designed it with that in mind. So if I want these to go much more forward, they don't go too forward. Like they don't go to the point where it's stupid. And so when you get up, this is already locked. You don't need to go. Like if you pushed it back like this, look at that. Like not even that much movement. Sure, there's a little bit of movement, but compared to what we were seeing on the Hayworth, holy crapola. It's a nice solid feel. When you pull it to where you want it, it feels like it's gonna stay there. And that to me is fantastic. So I like the 4D armrests. I wouldn't get it without it because I really like to get close to my desk, especially as an L desk. It curves in, so I have to do this with the arms. The height adjustment is really good on these because when you get to the top height, they're not really shaking. It's like, this is a used chair, by the way. This is used, and it shakes less than the Hayworth. What the hell? At top max value. And then if you're down, it doesn't move at all. There is no give, nothing other than like at the screw base. Nothing. You hearing me, BTOD? Nothing. Acceptable. You're crazy. I really like the way the back feels. I feel like the back is cradling me. I feel like it's holding me in. I think I've figured something out. Another thing that I've learned on this journey, not a big fan of skinny backs. I like it when a chair holds my shoulder blades. It keeps me from doing this. And I'll do this all day long. But this one feels like it's holding me, but without being too restrictive because it's like a bendy material, plastic, you know? This is staying. I'm keeping this. Let's talk about subjective cons. I say that because I swear to God, I'm going to get heat. Not from the company, but from other people who think that they're superior in the chair space. Ooh, people are crazy. People are crazy. Debate and chat. It's good. It's healthy. Let's talk about it though. So this is where I kind of wish that I liked fabric a little more. And I guess this is a little bit of a suggestion to Crandall offices. So I noticed also if I would have gotten just their leather, there's the stitching here along the edge here, which I'm guessing helps to hold it in and keep it rigid. However, this is a very thick line that this seam here. It makes a bump. And I'm not gonna lie, I can feel that. I guess I'm the princess in the pea because I can feel that underneath my leg. Especially because the front of the chair pushes down. It has this give, which is what a wonderful feature this is, by the way. I forgot to talk about this in the pros. This feature, the give on the front, is so nice. It's such a, I don't know, it's just very unique and it feels good and it takes the pressure off of underneath your legs, which is really nice for longer sitting sessions. But my little sensitive legs can feel this stitch line. I feel like they could go back to the drawing board and figure out how this stitch line could go below versus above, like the fabric ones, where it's just a smooth waterfall effect with the fabric. Whereas on this, you know, you have this hard line, which then kind of gives it a shelf. And you can definitely feel that shelf when, you know, you start to get that push from the chair that it allows you, like that give. You feel the shelf kind of pushing against you. It doesn't hurt, but it's annoying. So that's one of my feedbacks about this particular setup with the micro suede, and also for their leather, because I did go back and look to see if this would be on it, and it would have been. The leather on that Hayworth Fern, which I thought was amazing. It had cascading stitching. The stitching was actually down the center of the pad, which didn't get in your way. And so when your legs went down, you did not feel this stitch. So maybe that's a way to solve it. I don't know. Also on the back, there's a stitch right here. Mind you, I have not felt this one and I cannot figure out why. I feel like I should be able to feel this more pronounced than this, but for some reason my back is completely numb to this kind of shit, but my legs are not. So that is my one gripe with this seat. Otherwise, I love everything about it. I really think that this stitching needs to be rethought. And then let's talk about my other thing. There's no headrest. I could get the Leap headrest from Leap, right? But I think that I'd have to drill some holes, and it's like $300. No company should be charging $300 for a headrest. Can we just throw that out there? If Crandall Offices ever makes a headrest of their own, please let me know, because I will happily put that on here. And man, please, can we match it with this beautiful suede? I love this steel blue color. It's gorgeous. But that is one thing that I will say I miss from the Fern. Even though I didn't like the headrest on the Fern, I liked having a headrest. So yeah, that's the downside. No headrest, so it's a little bit more work than play. And you know, if I'm really relaxing, I gotta either sit in the uncomfortable Herman Miller with my headrest, or I gotta pull in my old gaming chair, which is like, nah, because this is so damn comfortable, and the no bottoming out is just so nice. But yeah, I do feel this stitch line. This is getting a little long in the tooth, but let me tell you, my cons list on this are is just very little. It's mostly things that are not on the chair. For instance, the headrest. Like, you can get a Steelcase chair with a headrest, but then you're going to be paying what, like $2,000 from Steelcase? That's not acceptable in my opinion. This chair does not feel like it's a $2,000 chair. It does feel like it's in line with the Herman Miller. So like if there was a sale, I might pick that up. But man, when you get it refurbished for what they charge, I think it's $599 is the base refurbished price, or a little bit less. Okay, so I confirmed it is $599 for the base model with replaced armrests, with replaced cushion, with replaced back cushion, as well as replaced fabric and everything like that. And that's including their thicker seat. You don't actually have to pay extra for that. The back pad is $30 extra, so that would add an extra $30 if you wanted a thicker back pad. Lumbar is included in that price. If you want to take the lumbar out, if you don't need it, it's negative $10. Now, how much did this cost with everything that is spec'd out? It came out to $849 for the chair, and that's not including the sale that they were just having, which was a 25% off sale. And now they're having an 11% off sale for Memorial Day. So they're constantly having sales. They're already selling it for cheaper than what the competition sells it for. Even if I hated this chair, I was ready to go up to the rooftops and scream this company's name, because they just seem to understand us as consumers. I mean, obviously they need to make profit, right? They don't seem to be disconnected from the general user and what you should expect from a high-end chair, especially price-wise. I do think the enhancements they made the Leap V2 better, and I'm really happy to have this one. So, yeah, I like it. I like the chair. I recommend the chair. I really hope that they start to sell ones with headrests. I think they do actually sell refurbished ones with headrests, but you can't customize those. I did ask. I did ask if I could get a headrest, but they do not sell the ones with the headrests refurbished. So they don't change the materials, and you're getting basically the the chair as it was. And those are a bit more expensive. I'm really hoping we can pick up that headrest because this is definitely the chair for me. This is it. This is the one that feels right. So yeah, with the wheels that are included, the thing rolls on my, no problem. Like it rolls really well. Like that is just a really nice roll. With the addition of my Aludi arm pads, it makes it really comfortable. I love the way that the 4D moves. I like the adjustments. I like the stability and the way that this thing just feels solid. I love that back tilt. Oh, that back tilt. I just, oh, I'm staying there. No, I'm staying there. It's just so different. I love that the arms don't move when you tilt. Seat pan does go in and out. I didn't show this, but it goes, you can adjust this. So like this. When you adjust the seat pan out, you don't ever feel like you're sitting in the hole. And I remember I'm 5'10" and I'm about $180. That should help for those of you who are taller and a little bit broader. A lot of the chair reviewers are shorter than 5'7" or 5'8". So just keep that in mind. So overall, I'd say as of 1 week in, I'm very happy with it. I will definitely do a follow-up, make sure that I'm happy with it. But as of right now, this is staying. And trust me, we talked like this would go back if I didn't like it. I'm not going to keep the chair and like resell it or some shit. Like it would have gone back to Crandall offices if I didn't like it. I am hoping that we can, I'm hoping that they take the feedback seriously though on this material for this stitching. I'd love to try out if they come up with a different idea for this, because that's really the only thing that really bugs me. But yeah. What do you think? Do you think it's worth the investment? Let me know in the comments. Have you tried a Leap version 2 and hated it? Have you tried a Leap version 2 and loved it? Is this the chair that you're currently using? I'd love to hear all your experiences because it's been really nice chatting with the community about this, because I find that everybody has their own opinions and it's so subjective. And so it's really nice to hear what everybody has to say about their own journeys. And a lot of them are very similar to the ones that I've been through. And yeah, I will say that the forgiveness nature of this with, you know, doing a little bit of under the leg sitting is really nice. And the sloping, you know, the give on the front that slopes a little bit really plays into that well. So there's never too much pressure. So my foot isn't going numb, and it's just, it's well made. Anyway, I hope this review has been helpful. If it has, a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, otherwise thumbs down. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Let's continue the chair journey, but hopefully, if we can get that headrest, we can kind of end it soon. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. The Leap version 2 exposed. The Leap. The naked truth about the Leap version 2 from Crandall offices. The Leap version 2 exposed. An unfiltered review of the Leap. Oh man. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Leap version 2 exposed.